All right, we are back for round 5, second round of Modern. We've got Matt Wheelwright on the bottom part of the screen. And I believe he's playing a...
Looks like Naya Burn.
Yes. And then on the top of the screen is Corey Crowfoot.
Yes.
And he is on Eldrazi?
Yeah, Bant Eldrazi again.
Which apparently is a very popular deck. What are your thoughts on Eldrazi in Modern?
I think it's a good deck. It's not... I mean, if you like attacking with big creatures, it's great. It's great. It's been really solid. It's been putting up good results lately. At the RPTQ, I think there was actually 3 or 4 in the top 8.
Was there a lot of people playing the deck?
No, I don't think. I think it sort of overperformed.
Okay. So we're in the early parts of the game here. I believe it is Matt's third turn. He got an Eidolon in a play on turn 2. Didn't have any 1-mana play, which is... He's got, I think, quite a few of those.
Yep, he's actually playing the version with Wild Nikado, which some people have been moving away from lately.
So Matt played a Eidolon on turn 2, and then Corey played a Spellskite. Took 2 for his trouble, but Spellskite seems pretty good in this. Unfortunately, can't redirect to the Lava Spike. Going to be lots of life total changes in this game in particular. And then plays a second Eidolon.
It's interesting. If Corey can go... For example, Corey goes Eldrazi Temple, and this starts dropping
Thought-Knot Seers
and Reality Smashers.
He might actually be able to
he's actually
win the
in
race.
pretty good shape.
Which he has a Sky Spawner, which he takes 4/4.
Yeah.
Not quite as good. So now here's a question. If you're Matt, do you attack with Eidolons here into this board?
It depends what's in your hand.
I guess the problem is you don't get any damage though through if Corey does decide to block with a Sky Spawner, which I would.
Right. Corey probably just blocks with the Sky Spawner and the Spellskite. It's whether or not you want to trade them off because you
want to
have
kill
a lot.
the Spellskite too.
I don't know if it's as much about killing the Spellskite as if you need to unlock your hand so you can just cast so you can cast it for your burn spells without accidentally dying. The double Eidolon trigger.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is actually a much more interesting attack than I originally thought.
Yeah, there's a few things going. Corey might think he can maybe lock Matt under his own Eidolons. If that's the case, he can just block with
The Spellskite.
Spellskite and maybe even the Scion token.
Unless he... Well, I don't think... I doubt he has like a Temple in his hand. I'm
Right.
guessing he would have played it at some point in this game. Alright, so we've got an Atarka's Command.
So choosing the +1 mode and the 3 damage mode.
So that puts Corey to 4. So Corey now can't play any spells.
Right. The fact he chose to keep his Scion alive makes me think he might have a Reality Smasher.
Okay, because he does have lethal if he goes Temple into Smasher, right?
Yeah, or you can just lay a land. Yeah, if he goes Temple into Smasher, he'd win. Or you can lay a land, sack his Scion, play a Reality Smasher.
Attack for 5, which then I think probably wins in the game at that point too, right?
Well,
Because then Matt's at 3, and then all Corey has to do is block one of the Eidolons with the Spellskite, and then he goes to 2, and then they're both
right.
And then Matt can't kill him with burn, right? So so your Smasher play does work here, right?
Yep.
So if you play Smasher and then attacks with just even those 2 is fine.
Yeah, a more conservative line is just to leave the Sky Spawner back. But as the meme goes, both are good.
But if you leave the Sky Spawner back, you actually give Matt an out, right? Because he could Boros Charm him. because you get attack with both Eidolons, and then if Corey does block...
You're right. He's not going to block regardless.
Yeah, so you don't
you
block
just
with the Sky Spawner.
Right.
And now Matt's, locked under his own Eidolon.
Yep.
Alright, so in a very fast, very brutal game 1, Corey manages to take it, with Matt being locked out by his own Eidolons.
The general consensus seems to be that Bant Eldrazi is favored, but I've heard pros say it's a lot closer than you think.
I'm imagining it depends on how many Reality Smashers you draw.
Right.
I feel like that's true for Eldrazi in general, though, right?
And lots of times Eldrazi will have Worship in the sideboard,
okay.
which is a sweet one. It looks like Corey does not, but he does have... So here's his sideboard. You tell me what you'd put in.
Okay.
He has 2 Gideon,
Sure.
1 Big Elspeth, Sun's Champion.
That's the 6-mana one that makes 3 1/1s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A World Breaker, 3 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Engineered Explosives, 2 Blessed Alliance, 2 Stubborn Denial, and 2 Stony Silence.
I board in 2 Blessed Alliance and maybe Stubborn Denial, and even then, what does he have anything to bring out? Like what does he have in his main deck?
He has a Blessed Alliance. He has 2 Duskwatch Recruiter main deck, which is interesting. I haven't seen that before. Seems quite good in the mirror.
Do you board out? I don't know what you would board out. I like Sky Spawner because I think Sky Spawner one blocks a lot of matched creatures.
Yeah, I think maybe you just lower your curve a little. Maybe cut a couple Drowner of Hope, throw in a couple Blessed Alliance, be done. Duskwatch Recruiter seems kind of slow and a little low impact in this matchup.
I think Duskwatch Recruiter is definitely worse than Sky Spawner for sure, right? Because it doesn't give you 2 bodies, and Sky Spawner gives you acceleration into your bigger cards.
Yeah.
Recruiter is just basically just a Grizzly Bear, right? And I don't think Grizzly Bear is great versus Bird. Well, it might be good enough on the play.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good to stab a 2-drop if you can't skip a mana to stab a blocker for a Goblin guy.
Yeah.
It's going to die, but that's a bolt that didn't hit you.
I mean, I guess the question is, would you rather have Grizzly Bear or 1 mana to gate?
Right. And then on Matt's side, his sideboard is a Lightning Helix, 2 Syrian Blaze, 2 Skullcrack, 2 Ancient Grudge, 2 Destructive Revelry, 2 Rest in Peace, and 4 Path to Exile.
I'm guessing just 4 paths?
Yeah, I think so. Seems fine.
I mean, like, he's got the whole game plan for Corey is to have big creatures, and path, that's generally what you want path for. So yeah, so I would just bring in 4 path. I don't think there's anything else you want to bring in. Maybe Searing Blaze is worth it. Yes, I'd probably board in Searing Blaze. I think there's enough targets for it to be good, right? Because he's got Displacers, he's got Noble Hierarchs. I think there's enough to. I mean, Searing Blaze when you kill a creature and you hit the player is one of the most powerful burn spells.
Right.
But it has to happen, obviously. The other advantage is it's always live, right? It's always like even if you hit like a Thought Knot Seal with it, you still hit the player's face.
Yeah, you can even hit a Scion with it because it has 2 targets.
Yeah.
It targets the creature and the player, so even if they
sacrifice
their
it, you
Scion
still
in
deal the
response,
damage.
you still deal the damage.
Yeah, so I think I would bring in Searing Blaze as well. I'm trying to think what I would take out. I would probably, especially while you're on the play, I don't know, take out Wild Mikado.
I was thinking that too because it doesn't attack through the big guys as much, but it does attack.
It attacks into a Displacer, like if you don't have a bolt for it.
It trades with a Sky Spawner and his friend. Yeah, it's probably fine. I'm not sure. Whatever.
I mean, I don't think you want to board any of the burnout, right?
Is the Tarkus command particularly good?
Well, the canceling the life gain doesn't matter.
It would, but normally you wouldn't be expecting Blessed Alliance. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Looks like they're gearing up. They both kept.
Yep, I'm assuming he's going to 17.
Not to be bitter, but what would it be like to not have to mulligan? Must be nice.
Aaron, you have a choice to never mulligan.
It's true. I mulled the 3 today, which I hadn't done.
You can keep any hand, so we did keep Nakados in. I think Nakados are fine on the play. Right?
Yeah, I think so too.
I think on the draw I would board them out though.
It's a cat, Drew.
That's your argument?
It's a cat with swords.
I mean, they're pretty much always trying to kill me. All right, so Corey has a temple, which is potentially good for him. I don't think Matt doesn't have any land destruction, right? He doesn't have any Molten Rains in his sideboard, or I don't think I would board Molten Rain in this matchup, anyways. All right, he's got a Swift Spear.
The fact Corey led on temple would make me sad if I was Matt, because it means he didn't have a noble. Well, it means he probably has another temple.
And now he has Thought Nuts here.
Yep. That's going to be a rough one, especially because Matt didn't lay another land.
Yep. So I think if I'm Corey here, I would take the Bolt. Yeah. Because this way, Matt can't attack into the Thought Nuts here and bolt the Thought Nuts here after combat.
Right.
This means that Matt now has no way to interact with that Thought Nuts here with his hand.
Nope.
But I definitely think Matt was right to keep that hand, even though it's a one-lander, especially in Burn, because you generally don't want more than 3 lands. Once you have 3 lands, every land after that is essentially a dead draw.
Right.
So keeping a 1 land, especially because he can cast 3 other cards in his hand, but unfortunately you do another 2-mana spell.
Do you think you could bluff attack there?
I mean, Corey's blocking, I think,
No
almost
matter
no
what.
matter what.
Yeah, I think so too. I would think about it though, because you do have the Searing Blaze in your
You
hand.
could, yeah, I mean, you could definitely at least represent the attack. That's something I think that a lot of players don't do, is they don't necessarily, they don't represent having a card.
Right.
Even just like doing something, because it's essentially a free roll, right? Like if you sit there and like maybe fiddle with your land or like debate about attacking, and this match you're not worried about going to time, so spending 30 seconds to try to give off a tell that you may have something that you just top decked can at least create that doubt in your opponent's mind. By just shrugging and passing, Corey just assumes he drew a dud.
Right. I think Corey would just block instantly in that situation anyway. So.
Right. I mean, I would imagine Corey's going to block, especially depending on his hand.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Corey has 5 lands in his hand, and then maybe he thinks about not blocking. But if he has, like, lots of gas, then he's going to block no matter what. And now he's attacking. I like attacking here with the Thought Nuts here.
Me too.
Are we right? We don't know, but...
I think we're right.
Especially because he revealed the Drowner of Hope, right? And he's at 5 mana already for the Drowner. So, and he has a brush land in his hand. Yeah, so he's going to be able to Drowner.
So Matt just draws a Nakado and passes. Could have attacked there. Got in 1 point of damage. Might not be worth it.
The thing I like about leaving all the creatures back is he actually represents a triple block here, right? Which is...
Well, he could double block with the 2 Nakados, but... who were 2/2s.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep. So at least that way he can represent a trade.
The reason you might not want to do it is because you know Drowner's coming down, so you're just in really bad shape. If you know Drowner's coming down, so he could tap. He can tap 1 Nakado and then still swing through with his Drowner.
I think I like that a lot. Is just tapping 1 Nakado here and then attacking with a Thought Knot.
Oh yeah, the Thought Knot. I like that too.
It would put him to 9, and then he doesn't need to tap both. He only needs to tap 1. Because at that point, you don't mind if he chump blocks.
Right.
And now Matt is just going to take it. All right, so I believe Matt drew and passed his turn.
2 and 3.
So Matt drew and passed for his turn.
Yeah, so just rough for Matt. He's stuck on 1 land. Corey had the double temple draw, which I think would be tough to beat anyway, but...
Yep, now... if Corey... He's another Drowner? Okay, yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah, situations like that always make me sad when I'm stuck on one land and my opponent has an overwhelming board position, and then they take a lot of time and thought to kill me thoroughly. I'm like, I was like,
And my misery.
yeah, I'm like, just please kill me now. But
You never know.
yeah, so quick match. Probably a good matchup for Corey, and just good game 1, and then stuck on one land. Game 2, his hand was very